Success is oftentimes really hard to define as a deer hunter for a whole lot of reasons that I'm going to talk about in this video. Before I get to talking about that, thank you guys for watching these videos. I have a few partners that I'd like to tell you about, and they're all down in the description. One of the stipulations for my partners is I always want them to have a discount code for you guys that listen to the show and support it, so that you're not just getting an ad read, you actually get something from it. So we got the guys over at ASIO Gear putting out some great clothing. If you're a deer hunter and need some good clothes, ASIO Gear is a good option with a lifetime warranty. They have a discount code of Echo15 to save 15% off all the time. Also, if you need some good broadheads, my buddy Dave over at Razor Broadheads has hooked us up with 20% off, and that code is just BTE. So that's a 20% off one. Latitude right now, the code is usually 15% off, but right now on their website, everything is 20% off. And I think their Method 2 saddle is actually 30% off. So there's a lot of savings over there on their website. And finally, Stealth Outdoors, if you need some stealth strips, you can save 10% with BTE10. So that's all in the description below. Thank you guys for going over there and supporting the channel and supporting some of my partners. So every year about this time of year, I start thinking about goals and success and trying to define that for me. And a lot of times we as hunters, I think, go about this the wrong way. We define our success oftentimes in inches, or I need to shoot a buck, or I need to shoot 2 bucks or 3 bucks, or whatever the case may be. And I really think that might be the wrong way of looking at success in deer hunting. Success really, it's not a destination. It's a journey. That's a quote. I didn't make that up. Someone else smarter than me made that up. But it's so true in deer hunting. It's success. You should not define your success in deer hunting with the amount of inches you've killed or the amount of big bucks you killed, because really, honestly, there are so many factors limiting that. There can be issues you had this year with maybe you didn't have enough time. Maybe you had some hunts that got screwed up by dogs. Happened to me a few times this year. Had some dog problems this year. You just may be in an area where there's not great big giant bucks, so it's a little bit harder for you to kill a 150-inch deer or bigger, or whatever your particular goal may be. But there is something we all can do instead of thinking about like this destination I want to get to. And before I say that, I'll say this: like, the problem with setting these destination goals is like there's always going to be another goal. Like, you're always going to get there and be like, that was anticlimactic. Let's now all of a sudden I gotta focus on another set of inches or whatever the case may be. You're always gonna get to your goal, and then what? Then you just make another one. So I think a better way of going about setting goals throughout the year is, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to have this many days to hunt. Maybe that's your problem. Maybe you don't have much time in your life to hunt. You're like, okay, this summer, this spring, this summer, I'm going to figure out how I can have an extra week of deer hunting this year. And that should be your goal, because that process is going to allow you to fulfill whatever goal you have for shooting a big deer, or whatever the case may be. Filling the freezer up, you name it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be shooting a big deer. And also, like, you set a goal as in, like, I want this spring, I want to have 10 days where I scout. I want to set aside 10 days throughout the spring that I go find new spots, new areas, fine tune my areas that I've already been to, and make that a priority instead of just thinking like, oh, I need to, my end goal is to kill a 160-inch deer, or my end goal is to shoot a deer over 100 inches, or my end goal is to kill my first deer. Like, I think you got to get out of that mindset and get into more of the minute details, and then make the goal, your goal, the journey, right? Like, my goal is I want to do all this stuff, and the result of meeting that goal is going to be a greater goal. Because a lot of times, to be honest, like, to kill a 150-inch deer every single year, or to kill a deer every year, or a buck every year, depending on your skill level, you know, it's hard to do. It's hard to do, and all those, not tipping over a deer with a bow and arrow or a gun or anything is not overly easy. So we can also oftentimes get overwhelmed with, I want to shoot, you know, the Pope and Young or the Boone and Crockett or whatever your poison is, and you oftentimes lose track of the journey and what it actually takes to achieve your big overarching goal. It's kind of like a diet, right? Like you'll be like, I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, that don't mean nothing, right? You should be like, this meal this morning for breakfast, I'm going to eat, you know, something extremely healthy, low carbs, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm not a dietitian, but okay, that's my goal now. Okay, now I'm going to look at, now for lunch I want to eat this, you know, and that those little wins is what's going to make the big picture goal, that whatever you have, stand out. So something I've been thinking about a lot lately. In the comment section, let me know what you guys think about that. Is your goals going to change this year? Maybe you need to rethink how you structure your goals for success. And remember, success is not a destination. It's the journey that you're on. Thanks, everybody. You can hit the subscribe button right there. Watch another video right there.